Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialists. So here we are on a Wednesday. We had a huge surprise this morning in the shop. Nothing I expected. So went out this morning to the storage container, which you see right there, which we keep a lot of parts for car projects. Things like interior that's been done, new upholstery that we're not ready to install yet, just to keep stuff safe, sound, dry. And, our shop is relatively small, so more stuff that we can store in the container there, the more room we have for working on cars. So anyway, this morning I went out and I opened the container to get out some interior pieces for this car, and I'll come back to that. But I went toward the back of the container and started getting out those interior pieces. And here is what I found. You see that? There's 2 kittens, and there are actually 5 total. So there's a bunch of feral cats running around here, and apparently the mom had gone into the container here at some point, because we usually leave it open during the day because we're kind of in and out of there, getting parts out and stuff, putting parts in. So we leave it open during the day and then we close it and lock it at night to keep our inventory safe. Actually, you can hear the cats now. Could a second ago. Anyway, so apparently she went in there and just had her babies on a moving blanket. It was actually right by the upholstery that I went in there to get. And so I completely freaked out, thinking like, oh my God, where's these cats, Mom? What am I going to do? And so on and so forth. So, obviously they can't stay in the container, especially since we need to keep it locked. So we got out the cardboard box that you saw there, put a blanket in it, and put the 5 little kittens whose eyes were not even open yet in the box, and their mom, which appears to be this little black and white cat that's kind of running around, has been kind of attending to them. I don't think she's been feeding them yet, but she has actually taken 3 of the 5 and carried them off somewhere over there. Not 100% sure where, but so that was a pretty big surprise. Did not see that coming. So kind of a weird way to start the day with kittens that are so young that their eyes are still closed. I don't know, maybe a week old? I honestly don't know, but I like cats. We have 2 ourselves at home, and awesome animals, but I don't need 5 more. So there you go. The mom is going to have to take care of them and figure it out. So let's talk about Volkswagens. I know you guys didn't come here to hear about feral kittens. So Rafa today, and I don't have anything at the moment to show for it. So we had a customer a long time ago, so last year sometime actually, bring us some convertible Beetle window frames and glass and stuff like that. And she wanted the window frames re-chromed, and then she wanted everything reassembled with new seals. And the whole project has been pretty much a complete nightmare. She had a glass guy that she wanted to cut the glass. Some of the pieces of glass needed to be replaced. And the first glass he made was just way too thick, and it was not even the right thickness, which of course won't work. And then it took him months and months and months. It actually took him a long time to make that first piece, and then it was wrong. And then I had to make 2 more pieces because somehow mysteriously, the one piece of glass she had that was good, one of the door glass, came up missing. There's no way that I lost a piece of window glass. Like, you guys know I'm pretty organized here. Anyway, so I said, you know what? Okay, go ahead and make me 2, and I'll pay for the 1 because she did bring at least 1 good piece of glass. Anyway, long story short, it took him months and months and months. He finally made these 2 new window glasses, again, convertible window glasses, the ones that roll up and down in the door. And Rafa started assembling them today. And the things are like a 1/4 inch or 3/8 of an inch too short, like left to right. And which we didn't know until we started assembling them. I mean, I will not be taking on a project like that again. Obviously, we'll be happy to put somebody's windows together like that as part of a restoration, but not as like a standalone project, because it's just been like nightmare after nightmare dealing with this other glass guy and getting him making the wrong glass, and then somebody supposedly like losing this piece of, just the whole thing is like, no thank you. So I'm gonna look into other options to get her some glass that's actually the right size. Hopefully Koch's can help me out. I don't know. Anyway, so Rafa pretty much spent all day on that, and he did get the rear quarter windows, which again on a convertible kind of rolled down into the body. Really cool. So those are done. But the actual door windows that go up and down, no. So that was that. So me, as you have seen and I have kind of alluded to, pretty much started putting the interior panels and the back seats in the bitchin' 69 Cowlick car. And so, yeah, they all pretty much went in without, well, you know, they never just go right in, but they went in okay for VW door panels. The back ones, for some reason, fought me quite a bit. The front ones were a bit easier. The back seat is going okay, but the back seat bottom doesn't seem to want to go back all the way. I think we just need to, you know, gently kind of persuade it to go back in there. You know, they're new seats. They're a bit on the chubby side, so I think we just got to kind of, you know, keep working at it to get it back far enough so that it drops down into the little support rail. We still need to get some kick panels, which I don't think we have for this car. Not a problem to get those, a couple of those made. But yeah, and I still need to put the latches that the back seat latches on. But yeah, for the most part, so yeah, kind of a big milestone for this car, because as you know, those of you that follow the channel know that on this particular car, all those areas that get painted with interior, or that get covered rather with interior, we didn't paint and stuff. So there was kind of a lot of like ugly areas on this car that were still showing, but you know, with the thought that like, hey, there's no point in spending the customer's money to make all these areas beautiful that will never show. So on this particular restoration, you know, like under the seats kind of ugly, you know, behind the door panels is kind of ugly, stuff like that. But you know, again, once all the upholstery's in, now it looks bitchin'. Still need to cut the openings for the door handles. We pretty much do that after the door panel's in, so we can make sure we're only cutting enough and in the right place. The window winder knobs, I cut those out already, or the spline that comes out there. So yeah, looking good. Very happy with how this is shaping up, and I think it's appropriately 80s looking, the kind of two-tone like that. Very happy with how these came out. The front seats are this same pattern, of course, that you know should line up nicely with the ones in the back seat. So yeah, killer interior in this car. Really happy with how this is coming out. So that was pretty much my day, other than running a bunch of errands and annoying stuff like that has to be done, and dealing with kittens. I don't know how much time I spent on that today, but kind of weird and shocking. Those of you whose eyes caught this, I should probably talk about this. So the paint shop that painted this bus, I think they were just kind of lazy when they prepared the vents on this car. I don't think that they sanded them really well, and that the paint didn't adhere that great. Because what we noticed working on this bus was that some of the paint on these vents was kind of like almost like peeling up, like it was just laying on top of the primer but not really bonded to it. So we had our paint guy go ahead and just like chip off that paint that wasn't sticking really well, because it would happen eventually on its own, and then feather in all those edges and stuff, and then obviously primer it. We do have more of this paint, so he'll be, I think tomorrow he's actually going to come and fix this paint. Less on this side, but still, well, I guess this side just has one, the other side had several, but yeah, it's always something with paint and body. But yeah, we'll fix it up. And then, yeah, in the process of getting the paint for the wheels and stuff like that, his wheel spacers came today. You can see them right there. waiting for the wheels to get powder coated. Then we'll paint them, we'll get tires. Got his deluxe trim, which the customer picked up. That's that long box right there, and the shorter tube by it. That's his deluxe trim and spears. Spears are what we call the ones that go on the rocker, and then the other trim goes all around the belt line, just like that. That and that. Anyway, so yeah, that was pretty much today. Well, I have one more small thing here. So Jacob is starting to put this motor, the long block part of it, together for real. So we had previously test fit these studs and the cylinders and stuff. That all looked good. So now these have gone in for real with thread sealant on them so they don't leak. And then, yeah, I think tomorrow I'll probably go ahead and put on the piston, cylinders, push rods, and heads on this thing. So that's kind of exciting. This thing's going to be coming together here. Anyway, so that is it for today, guys. Appreciate you watching, and as always, appreciate all your comments, likes, subscriptions, and all that good stuff. So thanks again for watching, and we will see you again tomorrow. Bye.